Hello, everyone. I think I may be live. You can let me know if I'm live. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm an idiot. So I got the time completely wrong for this. And you know what? Two people contacted me after that first attempt. One is a filmmaker I know in Los Angeles, and he said it was not put out at all. He said, now you know exactly what it's like to try and make a movie. And then a friend said, put your big curl panties on. And anyway, why not? You have style. So with that, we're going to bring on our guest that I'm very excited to talk to. It's going to be fun. And here's Dodge.
Hello, hello.
How
are you?
Good. I'm an idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, sorry. And then I was sleeping in with all the Zero Dark Tony stuff. So I feel kind of awful. I was dead asleep when you were emailing me. So I hope I didn't cause too much of a headache on your end.
No, my last email with the ink link was like, I swear, my last email ever. So you don't have to worry.
Email away. No worries. No worries. And I appreciate you being amenable to doing it at a much later hour than you anticipated.
I just got confused. I got the time
don't blame
wrong, you know.
Where are you at? Are you in the East Coast?
Chicago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago. Very cool. Of course. Yes. Right. Of course. Duh. Yes. Right.
But Dodge, here's two things. I got confused because I was so nervous because I was so intimidated by the thought
that's
of
kind
talking with YouTube royalty, Dodge.
Well, that's very very sweet. Thank you. Wow. I don't think I'm that exciting, but thank you.
And we're going to run some banners. We'll run some banners here for you, but I want to do a little quick reaction because I picked out a theme song for us.
Fun. Cool.
So why don't we take a quick look at it?
Let's do it.
Make sure I get my layouts right. And here we go.
Oh, and just to note, wait, real quick, just to note to you, it says there's like private.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I want to note to you, just looking at the thing, are you live or is it a private thing? Because I'm just looking at that. It's like there's a private chat and private videos. So just FYI to you.
Oh, really?
Yes, you might not be live towards an actual audience.
We'll take care of this right away.
Yeah. So perhaps first things first. Because I can just talk to you. That's cool, but it might be cool to be presented to other people. But I assume that was the intention.
Exactly. All right.
And that was a link that I gave them. So I wonder if I gave them a private link or if they click it once you unprivate it.
I'm going to double check.
Yeah, just to double check, perhaps. And I'll see if anybody comments on mine. Not
public.
Yet. I'll see if anybody comments. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, it's public on mine. Huh? Weird. I guess it just showed up from the StreamYard.
Okay.
Because I could see.
Also, probably everybody showed up for me this morning and it's like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's weird.
I did promote you a lot, so
thank you. And I think I'm completely incorrect. So it's weird on my end of StreamYard. I cannot see. I can't see any of the comments. It's bizarre. But then if I go to YouTube, I can. So there's Scientology up north. Hello, blow drill. I'm stupid. You got to click on the live chat tab, Dodge. But there is on StreamYard. There is no live chat tab. This is the most bizarre thing. But that's okay. I could go to YouTube and look at the comments, I guess. So we're good.
All right, we'll take a look. Oh, we have a lot of comments. Okay, we'll take a quick look, and then I want to play you our special theme song that we have for you.
Apologies. So you goofed up first, then I goofed up. So there
Okay,
you go. We're in the
you're
same boat.
live. Two style legends. I don't know how to make the comments show up here in the StreamYard myself. They usually
It's strange. I don't know what for both of us. The
maybe
things
because of the sharing thing. So
maybe the thing that we could both do to see the comments though is I'm playing the YouTube video right now, and I put it on mute, so you can't hear it, but I can see, but I can click to the left of my screen, and then I could look at all the chat comments.
oh, cool.
So you could probably do the same. Because you open a link in a new window, for example, you could open that link in a new window, and then you can see all the comments.
All right. So we've got Rumball Rambles 2.
Yes.
We've got Scientology up north, who's very nice. Ginger Style Legends.
I need to get back to that channel too about God.
And then Blow Drill says, which one is Dodge?
It's a good question.
And then Scientology up north replies, Dylan, that's offensive to the lovely lady on the right. Me. Patrick Skinner, both of you live. Blow Drill says, I was talking about the clothing choices. Shall we just look at these clothing choices?
Yeah, you have great style as well.
You know, I felt I had to meet the challenge.
And
I will tell you, there was other streamers doing their own content that said after my post, you have to do another challenge with Dodge, which was what gave me the idea. So hilarious. I knew I had to top you. So I showed up in my velvet smoking jacket.
I was going to say, yeah, high collar, classic vintage collar. Yeah, ascot.
Ascot.
Very beautiful.
Hand-tied ascot. For you, buddy.
How
all right,
cool.
So that's the silliness.
That's impressive. I can't tie an ascot, so I think you win.
Well, now I can teach you.
That would be awesome.
Canoga Snow, Blow Drill, Suit Yourself. DOA's Megaphone is here. Peter Anderson says, what is Dodge driving? A Camaro?
They're offended because I'm a Dodge. My name is Dodge, and I drive a Chevy Camaro.
Right. Patrick Skinner's here. All right. Let me share our little
they got a cool video.
Theme song I picked out for us.
All right. I'm excited. Let's do it.
This is a song about prejudice.
All right. We have to get actually the clip back.
Okay.
We don't want the whole song. We want the clip.
Just a little segment.
We'll get it.
That's why I never do editing because I'm so bad at it. Like I'm computer illiterate, really. Like I can't edit. I can't understand like how to put a video in a video. So I figured this is the easiest thing to do. I could just point a camera at myself and then upload it. Because I'm in the Stone Ages, so I wish you luck, and I wouldn't know where to tell. I could begin to tell you how to even do that. I guess you would know. I guess you could do live at the same time, so you could do right.
Did we hear that when I played it?
No, I didn't hear.
Did we hear that? All right. Here's our song.
Cool. I'm not hearing anything in my ends. Are you?
Oh, I'm pulling it up again because I didn't want to play the whole video, but I'm hoping to play just the clip I selected.
Just the right segment. Cool. All good. There we go. Cool.
Ginger, can call another ginger. So listen to me if you care for your health. You won't call me ginger, lass, you ginger yourself. Only ginger can call another ginger.
Perfect theme song. I love it.
There you go.
We have a license.
We're the only ones that can,
we can do it.
Really use this.
Do it. There's a big controversy with Josiah calling somebody a soulless ginger. So one of the protesters. That was a big moment.
Now you can correct him.
suppose I can. Yes.
I do have to say, I never been a ginger. I never will be a ginger ever. I'm
Right.
a redhead, and
Redhead.
I'm red till I'm dead.
Ain't that? I like that. I'm red till I'm dead.
Red till I'm dead, buddy.
Ain't that the truth? I ain't never dye my hair. People say, do I ever have highlights or nothing? Never once touched to color my hair. So seems like you're probably the same. I'm a little jealous of you though, because you have eyebrows. I don't really have any real eyebrows. You have more. Your eyebrows are a little more defined than mine are.
Dodge.
You look good.
My eyebrows come from years of makeup practice.
Cool.
Otherwise, I would look like I had no eyebrows. It's part of being a ginger.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah. Note to
I
self.
want to let everybody know how excited I was, besides just being goofy with you and being silly, because we both love to do that. And the way you just brush off the people in your chat and everything, I love it. But the real reason is, buddy, you got the scoop.
Appreciate it.
You got the scoop. And I went into this a little bit when I did my little wrong time, wrong way video this morning, which I privated just to reduce confusion. But I had explained to a lot of people that in this internet community, in the social media community, in general, there was a dangerous online predator. And this predator would target people and then say the most vile, disgusting things we can't repeat. And that person had followers, and they would go and then troll that creator and be vile and nasty to that creator. And I think the topic of online predators in general is a really interesting one, besides our community, besides what we do. And the fact is that individuals that we know of and we followed have now accomplished getting this dangerous predator in jail because he had 26 outstanding warrants, and things like harassing a minor, stalking a minor, horrible things. And Dodge, here's the thing. A lot of people talked about it. A lot of people were actually the subjects of his attacks, okay? But you and I have too much style to bother with that kind of stuff.
I just noticed your jacket's purple, by the way, even more beautiful. So
it is. I don't know if I should give myself more light or less light.
You got to let it be seen a little more. I see the sheen now, beautiful. So yes, point taken. It agreed.
Right. So many people talked about it. Many people followed it. Many people were targets and then tried to fight back or, challenge. But Dodge, who is our roving reporter, or we may say our itinerant reporter,
either or,
our itinerant roving reporter, travels around the country trying to cover these legal cases and courtroom scenes that would pertain to people in our community. And mine is kind of anti-Scientology protest, but I'd like to think I'm even whiter than that. And who showed up time after time after time when you knew nothing would happen? When this guy was called out and asked to be in court, and he would get out of the appearances or give different excuses, time after time after time, who went out there, who got dressed up, who stood there and said, well, maybe this will just be a bust, but we're going to be here and we're going to sit here. And you know what? I paid off, because in the end, who broke the story got the scoop.
Yeah. I posted a Hero Not Zero Reddit, and that was it. So yeah, that was a real privilege. And
I get the first interview.
Yeah, you do. I never thought. Yes, you do. Absolutely.
I get the first interview with the man that got the scoop. because we both have the ginger style, and who else
We can
would
relate.
really qualify for that? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, in style and hair color. I'm going to go with one of my own, certainly.
I don't know if you want to look at the chat, if that's available for you, or otherwise
Yeah, no, I
I'll
see it.
continue to look on
I
my
see it.
phone since.
And yeah, just to address what you were saying, thank you. I was shocked. I did not think ZDT would show up. I did not think that would happen because he's walking into getting arrested. So I thought there's no way. He's just not going to show up in court. Maybe he'll try via Zoom. The judge will make a ruling anyway because he didn't show up. Solomon would win. But why would you risk your freedom just so you can get a ransom restraining order against a 17-year-old kid? Like, that has no effect on anything. Nobody's going to jail. He doesn't get any real, even if he lost, he'd get no real repercussions in his life. He wasn't talking about the dude for the last 4 months. And the arrogance that this guy has, I would have just taken some of the money, ran off to Mexico before the charges materialized, walked down to the border, and that was it. And this guy walked right into jail. I did not think for the life of me he would show up. I did not think he would be that stupid. And some people say, were you trying to set him up? No, I was just conveying.
He just showed up every time he bragged and, you know,
yeah, he said
lied.
he could have showed up before when he didn't have charges against him. That's when he should have showed up, but he didn't. Yeah. You know? So I thought he was more likely to show up then than he was. This is all what, yesterday or 2 days ago? Than he was 2 days ago.
I also want to say, I noticed a lot of the commentary and everything on so you not only broke the story of the interruption of the court case with all the police showing up to arrest him. You were the very first. You're on scene, on site, because you show up to break that. But you also caught him entering the courtroom and had a brief interview. Now, there's varying opinions on interview style.
Yes, it's interesting.
And not since I audit style. I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents and make a comment. And that would be, sure, there is a challenging way of interviewing. So the politician is out for the big speech and you're, and you want to catch him to go, what are you doing about the crime and the budget and the, you know, and you may or may not be likely to get any kind of response from that. The other way of the kind of soft pedal interview, and you were surprised, you turn around, it's like he's there, and it's like you walked up without anything planned. But the other way of an interview is just to present a friendly opening for the subject of the interview and then shut up and see what that person is going to lay down. And your first question was, so how do you feel? Right?
Yes.
Very open, general, non-confrontational. And I want to say that is a decent style because then I recognized, or I thought, you, instead of confronting, you were saying, let me just get on film here with my camera, whatever he's going to lay down. And then you followed in the tone to like encourage him to keep talking, you know. So I was not unhappy with that.
Thank you. Nice to hear.
And other things could have been done and different things could have been done. Or, you know, if it had been, we finished our court case and now they're exiting the courtroom and you catch them back out on the steps, you might have taken a different tact, right? You might say, well, what, you know. So it's a choice. It's a choice, but I had no problem with it. So for those reasons.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's interesting because in this world, people try to say there's a bigger controversy sparks than there really is. Like that spark is much more dangerous than it really is. And, you know, some of it comes from streets. And he even made a post saying, FYI, reporters don't need to respect ZDT. And I got what he was saying, right? We have very different interview styles.
Well,
and
he's different, and he would have handled it very
precisely
differently. But then he doesn't go around saying I'm reporting on different things, and drive back and forth just to do a court case. He has a persona and a presence and a reputation and a different type of content. So yeah, without a doubt, he would have handled it different, and he probably might have wanted to see that different. But that's what
more
I'm
entertaining
my
to
2
watch.
cents.
Right. In some, it would have been a quicker. It would have been interesting. It would have been different because it would have been instead of a 1 minute 30-second exchange, it would have been a 10-second exchange. It would have been more.
Who knows? We're not going to assume.
Not that it matters, but because we all have different
styles.
But that
would have been exciting too, and that would have been fine. You know, I'm just saying there are different styles, and you did come out of TV news where that's a different type of reporting. And, you know, I just thought I'd bring that up.
No,
do you want to take a look at some of our comments?
Sure. And just to finish with that comment, first off, Streets later did say he appreciates my work. Not a big deal so it's funny how people try to make things a bigger deal than the original person conveys them to be. So, you know, no ill will or anything towards Streets whatsoever.
No, because I love to hear him impart information. Me
too.
Just because you like one style doesn't mean you don't like anything else. I mean, it's a buffet. Have some vegetable, have some fruit, have some meat, have some potatoes. Enjoy it all, you know?
Right. And for me with ZDT, it's like me and Streets are kind of the ZDT tag team in a way. We're all at different events. We all get what we need. So, yeah. And then the last thing that some commenters, which one is misinterpretation that's understandable, because I said in the stream, I said, I respect ZDT for that. Meaning I respect ZDT for that. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day. I respect ZDT for coming back out of the courtroom after he went back in to come out to give me at least a minute of interview. So it wasn't that I respect him as I respect him in that moment for doing that. But that's very nuanced. So a lot of people would kind of just interpret that as me saying, I just respect the guy. Finally, the last thing is I'm hoping this happens for content's sake and to bring out a whole bevy of interesting information discovery. ZDT has threatened to get a restraining order against me. So
really?
Yes.
Why am I surprised? I'm not surprised.
No. So so if you want to be effective in court, if you want to reveal through the discovery process, through the evidence process of exposing that he has been paid by Scientology, you know, this could be an advantage. I don't care if I get a restraining order. I mean, who cares if, you know, get a restraining? It's not going to affect my life. So if I lose, big deal. So I won't have a lawyer or raise money or anything. I'll just do it myself. But if you have an opportunity to get things on the court record that prove this ZDT connection with Scientology and a lot of other things, you have to be very careful of what you say in court, because obviously I'd like to be successful as well and not lose. So yet another reason. But yeah, I appreciate that. And it's interesting to talk about. And it's just some of the stuff that causes the chatter. People have, you know, interesting, varied opinions on. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, considering the type of commenting people make about almost all the streamers we either watch or we've met or we see.
Occupational hazard. Yeah.
We just have too much style. Dodge, you know,
exactly. Well put. Very well put. That's
hey, I thought I'd just remind people, and I'm introducing this for the very first time. Hope to bring it on the street. Maybe people will watch me when it warms up and I go live.
Cool. Thumbs up, guys. I like it.
Give it a like. Give it a like.
If that's not going to inspire you to like it,
huh?
I don't know what will. That's not going to inspire them to like it. I don't know what will. That's pretty cool.
Right. Come on.
You really do have style.
Like
more
me.
Than more ways than one.
Like me, please.
They like me. They really like me. It's a good one. Note to self. I might have to get that.
All right. Oh, wow. We just have a lot of people in here. We got
nice
from a poet, Brian. Love his stuff. We got Scientology of North. There is a person who's bringing the news.
Yes, I'm going to try to make it
and
out
really representing most of Europe, and someone else that she can possibly let us know or email me that link was also going to go live today, and I was very worried about stepping on those toes,
Oh,
but I screwed up anyway. But you know
well,
what?
worked
I
out
don't
well.
care.
So you get to watch both. Perfect.
Amy M. It's my
Amy's
girl.
fun, Amy.
Nursing. No name. DOA's
Nothing wrong with that.
megaphone. Gina Freya. Real for life. So
That's
we
cool
do have
people.
some people. Irish Mart. Love Irish Mart.
Gina Freya, I know. Thank you for the nice comment too. Appreciate it. Has a good reporting style. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So here, we'll put this on
That's some
there
cool
too.
people.
There's your channel boost.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And subscribe to you too for all my people. But you're on the channel, so that's easier. Make sure to click subscribe if you're watching and you're new.
Next time, I'll bring my emotional support vegetable.
I like it.
As
okay.
A lot of you know, it's very difficult for me to go out to the Chicago Scientology org building because my life is in such shreds and tatters that I go and every time I beg them, won't anyone help me? Isn't there a book I could read? Is there a course I could take? And they run inside and close the blinds and everything. So yeah, I have had to seek support from my emotional support vegetable, Miss Cabbage.
Cool, Miss
Some
Cabbage.
of you know her.
I like it, Miss Cabbage.
Did you like Miss Cabbage?
Yeah.
Have you seen Miss Cabbage?
Great name. No, but I'm really enjoying the name.
You'll have to check out Miss Cabbage. She'll be coming back as soon as it warms up. Yeah, Miss Cabbage is.
I bet she's OT9 at least.
Huh?
I bet she's OT9 at least.
She's usually with me. Well, you know, she just as I explained in one video, you know, I can't have an animal out there, so I just had to have a vegetable for my emotional.
Miss Cabbage. Miss Cabbage is pretty perfect.
I think you'll like Miss Cabbage. I think you might, you know.
Possibly. I have to check that out. You never know. I'm open to vegetables. I'm progressive.
So I was also telling people about how you really enjoy vintage clothing.
Yes, this is all vintage. Yeah.
Yeah, especially I'm pegging it at late 40s, 50s.
Precisely. Yes, you have a good eye. Some people are like, "Oh, great 80s clothes." I'm like, "It's not 80s." How dare you?
No,
yes, exactly. Late 40s, 50s, a little
the
early
wide
60s.
hand-painted tie you had, and stuff like that. I go in different directions myself, but I respect the vintage.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
right? Because you know why? You're doing the way you feel. That's how you feel.
You know, for me, it was always, so it's two things. The 40s, it fits the body better. It's more flattering. It's more of it. We have the shoulder pads, so it's more of a masculine cut. So I always liked that. And then the way that ties were hand painted, I thought was always cooler. So it's nice to be able to wear what you want. When I was in TV news, I would get yelled at early on. I'd be able to change it fairly quickly, but I get yelled to my boss saying, you know, the lapels are like flying in the wind and they're like way too, 70s, and your tie's too big and you can't wear a yellow shirt.
Can't you just try and look like a guy we hired?
Right. Exactly. So then, there's a lot of, I don't use, but I have a few like plain black jackets and white shirts, which are I would probably wear that if the RO thing happens with ZDT, because I'd probably do formal but conservative. But I have a whole closet that I never wear but I got it all for that. It was like, all right, you could either do dark blue or black or navy blue, and that's it. And I had all these, brown and with all this different stuff. So I appreciate you recognizing it.
Still looking for those. All right, I'm going to go all soft and squishy on you, and I don't even have Miss Cabbage, but when I first conceived of starting a channel, and I went to Google and I went, how to start a YouTube channel, right? And watch some videos. I had in the idea that if I had a tagline or a motto, and I've not said this anywhere else before, but everybody can flame me for it. Who cares, right? What I had in mind was, if you live a long life, you are going to have phases and times of tragedy or hardship or just being overwhelmed, whatever it is. And for a lot of us, at least once, or more seriously, just doing the slightest bit, if there's a real depression or something like that, a clinical depression, can be so overwhelming it's impossible. And I thought to myself, if I had a tag or a motto for my channel, it would be this, because I've experienced those times.
Sure.
And I've had to tell myself, get up, dress up, show up, because that might be the hardest thing you have to even do.
Well,
right? So I ask myself every morning, who do I want to be today? Obviously, I don't dress in menswear all the time.
That suits you very well. Looks great.
Only for you.
I'm honored. Thank you.
I don't want to troll you and start copying all your outfits on post and everything.
Imitation is a serious form of flattery. So
there you go. Right.
Nothing wrong with that. And so, you're not super, you're in men's clothes, but it's cool. I like it. It's more androgynous with the ascot and the purple. It's not, it's not completely masculine man. It's you're enjoying the best of both worlds. I couldn't pull off an ascot. You can't. I cannot pull that off.
I think we've got a lot of good comedies here.
That's hilarious. Oh, Jeff Augustine, how are you? Well, yes. Well, he says I'm the reincarnation of Walter Winchell. I'll take it. Great columnist.
Wait a minute. Is Jeff
1940s.
Augustine here?
Yeah, he is. Scientology Money Project.
I'm making a post for you. And if you look at the post, I challenged Doug. I did put a little hint for you. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. DOA's megaphone says, high quality presentation with humor and no ego.
Thank you. Cool.
Yeah. Because we're not asshats and biatches. Okay. You can talk to me if you don't like what I'm doing. You could just say something.
Okay. Me as well. We're both amenable to criticism, it seems like.
Exactly. Yes. And Peter Anderson says, my other personality has arrived and liked the channel.
Thank you. Appreciate two fans in one.
Gina says she loves this lady.
She's pretty cool.
And
for all you that are new, please subscribe.
Scientology Up North, our very own wonderful Miriam, says, I have a question for Dodge.
Cool.
What do you have planned for this year? And how do you see anti-Scientology movement and the work done to develop going forward?
Great question. Well, I'm still finalizing and looking at stuff, but I've been invited to help with the protests in Denmark. That's a hell of a trip. But I've been looking at flights and maybe spending 3 days in Iceland and then going onto there. So hopefully I kind of start doing that. I'm still looking into it, not positive. Any other
would be so awesome.
It would be cool. It's a headache and a half of a trip. And it's a long time, very long time without the dog. I'd have to leave the dog for probably 9 days, but that's very expensive too. But it's a thought. It's certainly a thought. And probably what I'm leading towards, I would say. So that would be cool to continue with all the org protests. ZDT is going to keep us busy for a long time. I will certainly be going to his hearing in 2 days, as well as if he has the ball. I hope he please. I think he please, but if he has the balls to go to trial, cover that entire trial. Henry has a trial as well. for the removal of the planters outside of the Big Blue base. Henry Marini is one of the protesters. It's funny, I kept calling Henry Marini Henry Mancini, so I got him confused with the composer. You would probably
because
know
you're
that.
so vintage. You don't even know
that's how
any
vintage.
pop
I'm
music.
the only person probably under the age
Henry
of
Mancini.
60 who would get anything confused with Henry Mancini. But yeah, so I get to cover Mr. Marini's trial, and then the Valerie Haney stuff is probably after they're finished with arbitration. Will probably go into trial in 4 months. It's always a risky move to do stuff outside of the Scientology topic. I was tempted to try to cover the Diddy trial and was also tempted to do a month in Canada covering the election, even because up there it has such significance more than it's ever had before. So those would be the things. Seems like so far the year is relatively busy, but it's nice. It's like, unlike having a job, it's everything's kind of slapdash and you kind of see what magically materializes. But I'm sure
Yes, because you're an itinerant roving.
I am an itinerant, exactly. Itinerant traveler, precisely. No,
All right,
I'm never
another
comfortable in one
question.
place for more than a week. Never.
We have another question.
Cool.
Everybody in my chat is really nice and friendly, so I'm just thinking
Yeah,
maybe
cool.
your Wild West people are over by you and I don't see them. Maybe.
No, I think they only go to mine. I think if it's not mine, I don't think they put in the effort or that.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess there are. It's funny because I'm the only chat that
my
doesn't.
tone for me, Dodge.
Very cool. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got good cadre here.
Peter Anderson says, question. Dodge, can you cover a personal question about how your siblings got their names? North and Nash, and you got Dodge.
It's all kind of dumb, to be honest, that my oldest brother is North. And the reason his middle name is, or his first name is North, is because his grandfather, my dad's dad, never had a middle name. And for some reason, he wanted to take his middle. It meant nothing. He wanted it. I think North might have been the immigration, like where his grandfather immigrated from, but he had his middle name be North. So my oldest brother, who doesn't have a middle name himself, is named after the random adopted middle name of my grandfather. Nash, he wanted another N name, and he thought the Nash Rambler, as Peter's mentioning, was a cool car. He was literally, we were all named after cars, two of us. So then he was named Nash. Then I was born. He is a year and a half from my brother, oldest brother. Then I'm 4 years younger than so I'm 4.5 and 6 years younger than my other brothers. And my dad, for some reason, this is the most fun story. He wants to name me Joe Bob. But luckily my mom refused and thought, that would be a horrific name. So she put her foot down. And so my dad's first car was a 1960 Dodge Dart, which he got when he was 16 in the probably early 60s. So he got a used Dodge Dart from 1960. He probably got it in 1964 or 3 or something like that. 4, he's 17. Yeah. He got a 1960 Dodge Dart in 1964, but that was his first car. So nothing terribly exciting.
All right, Scientology up north then responded to you. That would be incredible.
I bet. I'm trying. Yeah.
There is a lot of opportunities for different stories and to meet very interesting people over there.
Yes.
I love to travel so much. I don't have the budget for it. And
to fly that's a whole nother monster, to get tickets. But that's why I say if I break it up, it might be feasible. I might do that for people who want me to go. I might do a slight fundraising push. I might not. I don't know. But it would be cool. I'd much rather it be Des Moines. That would be nice. But I've had a lot of good traction going to these org openings. So, I think that should be a priority, certainly. And I don't know if anybody, I don't know because I'm uneducated, but I wonder if anybody in the chat knows if there are any other org openings besides for the Denmark one, or is that really the last of them? That would also kind of factor into my decision. If there are others, to be like, I could do some others. If that's it, then that's a historic moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, is there any chat going for you that you need to take a look at or that you would have differently?
You said chat?
Yeah. Are you seeing different chat than I'm seeing?
No, I'm seeing the same thing.
Okay.
I'm seeing the same thing. And Bridge says, let's hope that's the end of the org openings. It looks like it is. It looks like there's not much more they're doing. I think they wanted this one moment where there was this massive push of 4 different ones at the same time. But I think that's it, I suppose. Because a lot of the buildings have been there for a long time, Kansas City, whatever. So I keep hoping because that would be the most fun. The most fun would be to just travel to different orgs and protest in all these different cities. But I think it's probably done and gone minus Denmark, Copenhagen, right? It'd be Copenhagen, I assume, in Denmark. But
it is, I think it, oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I just have to get back down to Chicago. I don't think I'm pose a threat for them. So, but I don't like to go alone.
You've done well. You've spoken some truth to power. So thank you. Thank you for, you're helping Chicago. It's important.
And, there was a niche open, just like I said about, reporting style or, people like what you did or don't like what you did or prefer a different kind of thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't yell and scream or I don't do some of these things, but then I don't need to. As one person asked to interview me since I began watching and trying to create and learning how to do stuff. And I was so happy and excited. So I did a main character about myself on another person's channel.
Oh, how fun.
That was Dip Me in Glitter. And she comes to protest in Chicago. And I just, I was so happy and grateful about that. But I thought, since it's cold and since I'm not going to stand out there if it's freezing to death. Because let's face it, look at me. I have no blood in my body.
Get cold very easily. If you don't understand, redheads get colds very easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no blood in this body. These fingers and toes will fall off.
Skin starts
it's
peeling.
It's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like.
That's actually not bad, is it? Oh, 50 or 15, you said?
Well, I said 50 to be silly. But it is a narrow range. Because once the sun comes out and goes overhead, it's like, whoa, we melt.
That's true.
But if it gets too cold, it's like, ooh, we got to leave, So, yeah. We're boutique people.
I like that. Nothing wrong with that.
We're high maintenance people. But I'm not really. I'm not high maintenance.
Well, you really contributed, though. So thank you. That was a huge, the sound like drowned out everything. So, there was a message received in Chicago, certainly.
Well, I do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I've been left alone to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I continue doing my own thing because I just want to enjoy myself and do what I want to do and poke fun and,
Yeah.
So there's a niche, people are doing all the other kinds of protest, but I think there's a niche for humor and entertainment because it's what makes me feel good. I would fumble if I just stood out there for an hour or two without making a joke, So
no, you will, but that's what's needed too. Levity is important. Some protesters have this really intense style, which is fine too, but it's good to have just a, diverse array of different approaches.
Right. And you like all kinds of things and that's fine. And it's just the way it should be. So I don't know. Is there anything else you want to cover? I know I wasn't going to keep you too long here, Dodge.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I said a half hour. I've been having such a good time talking with you. I'll have to take my dog back out again eventually.
Dog,
I guess.
Of course. We love dog.
He's key. I guess I have a fun question for you. Somebody who's observed a lot of this. The big existential question is the protest movement dead? Do you think it is? Do you think it isn't? What do you look for in the future?
What do I look for?
Yeah. Or what do you think should be protested in the future, perhaps?
Well, personally, I have tons of ideas. Just waiting for the warm weather. I just will not run out of content myself because I have a lot of stuff that I think would be fun to do, and I'm going to do it. And so, if everybody else dies off, you can come watch me. I'm not dying off. I mean,
Right.
here's a problem too, and I'll say it generally. Right now, we're both in the United States, and severe, important things are going on in politics.
Yep. Yeah.
And I pick up like my cell phone and YouTube, and I'm scrolling through all the and this and this and this and this. Oh my God, and this. And that is a significant burnout. You talk about people that are tired of protesting, or people are tired of, I could see you do get tired of protesting. Take a break, be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go have a milkshake. That's a treat. Or Dodge.
Not in Chicago, it's too cold. Ooh, what you got, a martini?
If you
Love
don't
it.
want a milkshake. No, it's just water.
Whoops. Hey, you had me fooled with the olive in there. I was like, very cool. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I work with a clear mind, buddy.
I like it. Going clear.
Yeah, I went clear.
Right. You really
cabbage clear. I'm cleared by the cabbage.
You and Miss Cabbage.
So this, I think it's an extra strain on top of the niche community strain.
It's all a little world.
If you're in the United States, or maybe some aren't impacted, but I think everybody in the US is, if they're not having stress or emotion in one way or the other, they're at least being bombarded by news, or they just don't pay attention. They just don't care. And that's the same thing about the protest movement. Where's it going?
Good analogy. Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, well, I just can't watch any of that. I'm going to take a nice walk and everything. Good. Healthy.
Right.
And then
come back in and out.
And then I'll wait when they ship you off to a camp,
That's scary.
You're walking now.
Right. Right.
So, you have to have a certain amount of, you have to inform yourself if you're a responsible person. My opinion, but it's not wrong opinion. So, people can be overwhelmed, and they can say, yeah, I can't watch the news, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. That's good. Be aware, take care of yourself, don't get in a bad position with all that. But by the same token, does that mean everything's dead? Does that mean political discourse or political protest or political whatever will not continue, that it's dead? I don't think that will be true. And as far as protesting Scientology, people get tired, or they change shifts. You know what? It's a relay. I've been running for a year. Here, you take the baton, and relay race, and maybe I'll come back. Oh, which reminds me of something I want to mention, but now I'm talking more than you, Dodge. So
no, it's all right. Well, it's just supposed to be a conversation. You can talk as much as you want. Talk as much as me. That's fine.
So
knows me. I talk all the time, so it's nice to hear somebody else talk.
The protest movement will only die if nobody wants to.
And
interested in try again. You know what I mean?
Right. And people will want to, and there's going to be new openings. And it's interesting because in some sense, it's like mission accomplished. Like there's a lot of criticism saying that protest movement died, but in the Hollywood building, the building in Hollywood, people are not going outside to actively recruit people anymore. So that's quite the accomplishment. They used to, and now they're too scared to do it. It's entirely possible that as recruiters, they only got maybe 10 people in the door a week, maybe one person. But think about that. That's if they got one person to be a Scientologist, just one person a week, and you fast forward and it's 40 weeks later, they might have prevented 40 people from being Scientologists because they no longer have that power to go outside of their door and get people who they feel are vulnerable or who are perhaps don't speak English as effectively, take advantage. They're not doing that anymore. So, and then the next focus is to look at specific events, of which there will be many. And, people like Scientology up north, for them, the movement, this is going to be, I'm definitely getting, no matter what, I'm going to interview Scientology up north, because this is the next big event. The Denmark one is the next newsworthy big event. It's going to be huge. And that will be the one to start off 2025. But Lord knows there will be ones down the road, whether it's an org opening, whether it's a Christmas thing, whether it's a gathering. There's still always a very tangible need. And Chicago was that Miscavige was almost drowned out. So yeah, the fight will continue.
There's another comment here, and Scientology audit Ottawa, Canada.
Hello.
Take a break when you need to.
Yeah.
And she's speaking to us in the 11th province, so thought I'd throw in that joke.
Yeah, the 11th province. That's funny. Never heard that. That's awesome.
Amy M says, 51st state, huh? How about 11th province? Amy M says, it didn't die audit. LA Mona.
Yeah, she has a good point.
It didn't die. Audit LA and Mona are at Channel Fat Grammy.
That's another thing.
Constantly calling into the meetings.
I think the meeting's less because it's generally call in as an awareness and it's not about specific stuff, but it's something I need to do more. And then Amy says, which I will, Amy says, I'm like that too, stopping watching child abuse stories. I can't watch all those time.
Right.
All the time. Right. It's like Serge Del Mar. I love him, but he's painful. It's just hard to listen. It's really heavy stuff. So there's only
you have
so
to be
much.
a little in touch with yourself, and maybe for younger they have to learn it, and for older they're developed that kind of sensitivity or knowledge about their self. So now, what I want to say is, and then I can let you go or not. In Chicago, we had a wonderful protester who was able to be extremely consistent and very professional and high quality content. And that was Windy City Thetan Watch. And because he was so close to the area, he could go out nearly every day. And unfortunately, he has relocated out of town. But here's something exciting, and I don't want to forget to say it. I wonder if I can make a banner real quick. Talking about the relay or dying or quitting or picking up. Our very first Chicago live stream protester has just returned to town, boys. Throw open the saloon door. The new gunslinger's back in town. And that is, he is a genteel, polite, kind, concerned individual. And his channel is Trashy V12 BMW. And
Trashy V12 VMW or BMW?
BMW, like the car. He works on cars.
Engine. Trashy V12 BMW, right? Like a BMW.
Yeah, because he works on cars, and one of the first cars he bought
V12.
was like an old trashy V12 model of a BMW.
Cool.
That's
all right. So I don't know that one, but maybe I do. Maybe I've met that person.
I don't, know how to add a link at this time, but Trashy let out that everybody should take a look on February 23rd, which is tomorrow and Sunday here, because something would be live concerning Scientology. And I just don't know what he has in mind.
How exciting.
But,
hey.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
take a look at the channel, see where he's posted or where he's going to go live. I wish I was more prepared. I was prepared with your banners and stickers, but I didn't go past that. But Trashy V12 BMW is going to be having something for us tomorrow. So I didn't want to forget to mention that. Dodge, anytime you want to chat or anytime you want to talk crack.
Likewise.
And that's for our Irish friends. In Ireland, if you say crack, it means something different. It means a real good time or a lot of fun,
Yes.
okay?
Right.
And so, and it's more like CRAIG, right?
Well, then in this case, it was crackerific. Definitely.
Right. And what I always say in my normal life is, you're talking a lot of crack. So, you know, anytime you want to come over here and talk a lot of crack.
Yes. I'd love it. I'd be privileged. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So yeah, I can talk to you forever. So anytime you want me back on, just shoot me an email, say, hey, this came up. This is an interesting piece. Let's talk about it. And we'll do some hits. That'll be fun.
All right. I'll try and get the, I'll try and not be a chooch. That's Italian.
Ah, you're fine.
And I'll get the time right. And
well, hey, we made it work. So
I'll only send you one email. I won't send you.
You didn't send me that. Believe me, people send me a lot more emails than you sent me. So
all right, buddy. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to end my stream and
please subscribe, guys. By the way, anybody who's watching over from me,
subscribe to me.
Well
subscribe
worth watching.
to him.
Well, thank
and
you.
Send me $5 or the cabbage gets it. All right.
I love it. Words to live by.
Get up, dress up, show up.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I had a lot of fun. Talk to you soon. Take care.